Let's talk about some food timing on keto. Alright? We're going to talk about some food timing, I must say, because I'm on this intermittent fasting rant, so I'm going to mask it in different titles. I am going to talk about food timing though, but I'm going to talk about why. So, yeah, when you do a ketogenic diet, it probably wouldn't fast, yeah? Your ketones will become unviable. This is a high-fat diet, people. This ain't a low-fat because you're fasting diet. A lot of you guys who fast don't get enough fat in, so let's talk about what your food should look like on a timing kind of understanding. Number one, you want to eat your food. If you do not have hypoglycemia, hypoglycemics are in another category. If you want to give your body a break before you go to bed, yes, you want to have dinner by 6, right? It's according to the circadian rhythm, right? Cortisol begins to drop around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and melatonin is supposed to rise. So we want to be able to digest our food with the rest of our cortisol, because digesting is so powerful. It's a lot of force. It's a lot of work for the body. All the little worker bees got to go and digest food, and that's the reason why at night you don't want food still left in your gullet, because it's going to divert away from growth hormone and fixing your reproductive hormones and muscle growth and fat loss, and I got to go do your U-turn, clock back into the job, and start digesting food. That's cortisol driven. So that's why we don't eat at night unless you're a night shift, third shift worker. But for the rest of y'all, come on now. You guys are drinking your bulletproof coffee crap, and which is like dumping adrenaline into the bloodstream. His poor little adrenal glands are coughing out adrenaline. That's not natural. Sorry. Because the little antioxidant benefits outweigh the freaking mycotoxins and heavily sprayed pesticides on stuff that forces your adrenals to overwork. They're already fracked anyway. You know? Then you put some fat in it, and then that also stifles hunger because, you know, you've got to have enzymes and peptides and bile salts to even break down the damn fat. Especially if you use butter, right? It's got a lot more LCTs in it than the old coconut oil. So that really stifles hunger. And then you're in this illusion that you're using ketones, but you're really just breaking down muscle to convert into sugar and then binge eating at night. I'm just saying. Having these strange cravings, doing this bulletproof crap, which I've never seen anybody healthy on, ever. And I have a grip load of people contacting me and doing consultations with. And working with people who live in my city. I mean, I'm in it, yo. Sleeves are rolled up and I'm mucked up to here with this subject. And I just go on the internet and read some articles and become an expert because of some idiot's opinion. I'm actually witnessing it on people in the hundreds, now thousands. Quite interesting. You want to get your ass up after fasting? So if you stop eating 5, 6, you can fast that 16 hours. You can get up. You can go to bed, 9, 10, get your circadian cycles going on, because that first chunk of ketone making and body repairing and growth hormone is between 10 and 12, and there ain't nothing you can do in that first 90-minute cycle. Nothing. So if you're not embedded in that time, you're not maximizing the machine. You guys are still in the matrix. You're still trying to do keto at 80%, and it's never going to happen. Just purgatory. Just annoying. So with that said, get up, break the fast. Break it, 30 minutes. I know you ain't hungry, because you ate too much at night. You know what I mean? You're stuffing your body with MCTs and coconut oil, which totally kills hunger. Then you wake up not hungry, and then you become super catabolic because you're not in ketosis yet. Not yet. Get up, break the fast. Eat a fatty breakfast. Even if it's 1 egg and 2 strips of bacon. Oh, you don't do eggs and bacon? Okay, you can do 2 to 3 ounces of fatty meat that doesn't have a lot of histamine on it. You know? Don't do the chicken breast and tuna. Start your day off like that. Get some potassium through your spinach. add 2 tablespoons of butter. Can't do butter, can't do ghee, do lard. Can't do ghee or lard, do beef tallow. Got histamine issues. Got leaky gut? That created the histamine issues. This stuff is real, guys. You got hyperglycemia? When people totally email me and bitch about how great intermittent fasting is, I'm like, can you please explain to me how somebody who's hypoglycemic is going to do well on not eating? You know, shaky, hangry, you know, nauseated, anxiety? Oh, you don't know about that? Oh, the article didn't express that? Oh, so the article's subjective. But you believe everything you read, and you don't practice it. Why don't you do an experiment on 100 people, okay? And we'll take 50% with hypoglycemia. We'll take 50% with just insulin resistance, and let's just see what happens. Well, hypoglycemics are insulin resistant, so everybody is. So bad. Excuse my little, you know, sardonic behavior. But with that said, you're going to get up, break the fast, you're going to get, what, 3 tablespoons of fat in? Around 14 grams of fat per tablespoon. To start your day, even to start your day, you should have at least like 70 grams of fat. Yes, you did not hear me stutter. Break the fast. And then you're going to fat load again. You're going to fat load all day long. And the body's going to be like, whoa, that's a lot of fat. If you've got a good gallbladder and you have normal HCl levels, you continue to fat load all day long. So for those who are very active, you could have, it depends on what time you get up. You could have a mid-morning MCT, and then you could have a lunch. And depending on if you're a guy or a woman and the amount of protein, it's always a fatty protein. And then you're going to have your ounces or grams of protein in weight or total protein. And you're going to have your cruciferous veggies, right? And we're not going to worry too much because we're not going to overcook them, and then we're not going to eat them a bunch raw because a bunch of raw cruciferous vegetables are going to irritate your thyroid and harden the gut. Yes. You're not going to overload on coconut oil and olive oil, which is like you guys all did, and avocado. I get my fat in. I have coconut oil and avocado. That's not ketogenic. You need animal fat. And if you don't have animal fat, you're not adapting. Just is what it is. I've seen it hundreds of times. Ketones become wasted. Wasted. I had a woman 2 days ago. Coconut oil all day long. Perfect numbers on her glucometer. Glucose under 4.4 or 80 milligrams per deciliter. Ketones at 1.8. Still tired. I was like, pee on a urine strip. Sure it's going to turn purple. You're not. Those ketones are unusable because you're not using animal fat that has the right monosaturated, or it's actually monosaturated poly to our body structure. That's just the way it is. And then you're going to have an afternoon. Now, the mid-morning is not as important as the afternoon. Afternoon snacks, like, you know, if you're not a night shift worker, is around like 2:30 to 3:30, and you want fat load again. Yes, more fat, animal fat. Some butter in your mouth. Don't just use MCT. And then you're going to have dinner. And then at dinner, you're going to have at least 3 tablespoons of fat. Yeah, we want 70 grams of fat, right? 45 grams in weight, fat. Stop relying on cucumber, tomato, bell peppers, onions to make your food taste good, and then drop your fat. You guys got to up the fat and stay away from these vegetables and fruits like tomato that can spike your blood sugar. I know. You don't count. People are like, do you do net carbs or total carbs? I do total carbs with everything, like let's say coconut butter and coconut flour. I do net when it comes to eating cruciferous, especially if I have it in a salad. Well, I don't really eat a lot of cruciferous in a salad, but like if I'm having greens in a salad, then I'm going to count the net. And then I'm going to fast post-dinner around 5 or 6, and then I'm going to allow my liver and my kidneys to detox without, and being in a parasympathetic state, because that's the rest and digest part of your day. That's how it goes, guys. Get enough, don't do too much protein, because what your body cannot chew, digest, enzymes, peptides, caloric acids, and bile salts gets used as glucose through gluconeogenesis, seen it 1,000 times. 1 gram over what your body can tolerate is a problem. Stop counting things like sugars and chocolates and ketchups and things like that as your total carbs of the day, because and in bacon, because even a little bit of sugar in bacon or sugar alcohols or chewing gum will spike your blood glucose and you won't adapt. I've just seen it many times. Sorry to sound sarcastic. Is what it is. Been doing this 1,000 times. Do videos every day. Shite gets old. So let's get to it. Let's make our bodies a reflection of our mind. Keto is only for people who are willing to do whatever it takes, and not for these half-affers. What is up with it this morning? I'm so thinking ahead to so many other things, and not these assers, right? Not the half-assers, which I must say, I've been building my glutes for the last couple years on keto, because as you guys know, I used to be a pro skater, busted my knee, butt pancaked out, and because I did not fast, I wasn't gluconeogenic. I'm just very, very anabolic, which is a whole nother video which I've done before. Why you don't have to protein load post-workout if you're adapted, because you are insulin sensitive, you have amazing GLUT4 receptors, you are anabolic times 1,000, you're getting your ass to bed, you got the growth hormone going all day long, and that is what's fabulous. Alright guys, if you want to learn more, you can go to stephanieperson.com where I do consultations. I didn't do that in like, I don't know, 800 videos and say that I do that, but that's what I do. stephanieperson.com. I also have downloadable diets. I'm trying to take this awareness and getting the strict stiff stuff out. You know, I'm getting, now people are realizing that nuts, cheese, and caffeine don't put you into ketosis. You can try. We were like, why can't I? There's cheese all over the internet. I'm like, well, you want to believe that. Like, I can eat cheese right now and be fine. For now. But you guys who are so fracked up, metabolically damaged, how do I know? Because you're estrogen dominant. You are 2 men. You're balding. You're holding your weight in your flanks. And, yeah, everything. I mean, I can go on and on. As you guys know, I have. You can go to Stephanie Ketogenic on my Facebook fan page. Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagrammy. Steph the Business on my Periscope where you can talk to me live. And business is spelled B-I-Z-N-E-S-S. I think that's all of them. Or the same thing with Twitter. People want me to go on Snapchat. Like, this stuff is exhausting. I do all my social media. And as you can see, I'm not loving it. I made up a bunch of stupid names. And I'm paying for it now, dearly. And I'm about to peace out. Because you know what? I gotta take my slippers off. I got energy. Peace, guys.